How Women Fall in Love, the Psychology Behind Female Attraction, Modern Stoic. To love and be loved is to feel the sun from both sides. David Weiscott. Love is one of the most profound and complex emotions humans experience. It's also one of the most misunderstood, especially when it comes to men's approach to relationships. Many still hold on to outdated beliefs that love is earned through effort, sacrifice, and unwavering loyalty. While these traits can play a part, they don't necessarily win a woman's heart. In reality, women don't fall in love because of what you do for them, but rather because of how you make them feel, emotionally, mentally, and deeply connected. Many men put everything into their relationships, believing that their sacrifices will be reciprocated, only to find that affection isn't guaranteed. The truth is, love isn't a transactional game where effort equals reward. It's about building a genuine emotional bond and understanding, a process where connection, respect, and intimacy flourish naturally. This article will delve into the real dynamics of love, exploring the psychology behind female attraction and how to naturally draw a woman's love without needing to chase or sacrifice endlessly. 1. Women's emotions decide love, not men's efforts. Don't fool yourself into thinking that love is earned simply through actions. This is one of the most dangerous misconceptions. Too many men fall into the trap of believing that if they show enough care, loyalty, and sacrifice, the woman they love will eventually reciprocate those feelings. The truth is, love doesn't work that way. No matter how many grand gestures you make or how often you put her needs before your own. It's not about what you do, it's about how you make her feel. You must understand this: women don't fall in love because of your efforts. They fall in love because of the emotional atmosphere you create when you're with them. This is the very essence of the modern Stoic mindset. The ability to remain grounded and balanced while letting emotions guide your connection, not force it. The blessing of Stoicism comes when you understand that it's not about playing a role or forcing affection. Women are drawn to the deep emotional resonance that comes from a man who understands their feelings and creates a safe, stimulating environment for connection. You must focus on generating those feelings in her, not just fulfilling her checklist of needs. This doesn't mean that being a good man or doing nice things is irrelevant, but it does mean you can't expect love to emerge from those actions alone. It's the old Stoic way to think that all you need is action. But that mindset only sets you up for disappointment. If you're constantly doing things and wondering why love hasn't come your way, it's time to shift your perspective. The key to attraction and to understanding why women fall in love lies in the emotional connection you foster. You must make her feel special, understood, and appreciated in a way that resonates with her deepest emotional core. In other words, you must know how to connect with her on a level that transcends just physical gestures. Women aren't drawn to men who simply meet their external needs. Women are drawn to the men who move them emotionally, the ones who make them feel alive, valued, and understood. So, don't think that all it takes is being present or doing the right thing at the right time. It's not about doing, it's about being. When you understand that, you'll realize the profound power that the blessing of Stoicism offers. Stoicism doesn't demand that you change who you are or put on an act. It simply encourages you to become more self-aware and emotionally available. It teaches that true emotional resonance doesn't come from forcing an emotional outcome, but from simply being in tune with the moment and with her feelings. This is what makes a woman fall for you, not what you do, but how you make her feel in your presence. The key takeaway here is simple. If you can't ignite those deep emotional reactions in her, no amount of effort will bring love into the equation. So, stop focusing on trying to win her affection with grand gestures. Instead, focus on creating an emotional environment that fosters connection. Be the kind of man who values emotional depth over surface-level gestures. This is the true Stoicism in modern relationships. This is the path to genuine love, not just fleeting attraction. 2. Your presence matters more than specific actions. When it comes to attracting a woman, you must understand something crucial. Your presence matters more than your actions. This is not a simple game of grand gestures or swooning displays of affection. No, women crave something deeper, something much more powerful. They need to feel that they are with a man who is strong, grounded, and in control of his own life. Think about it. Have you ever seen a man who walks into a room and immediately commands attention? It's not because of his flashy gestures, but because of the quiet confidence he exudes. This is the blessing of Stoicism in action. Stoicism teaches us that self-control, emotional resilience, and clarity are what matter the most. These lessons are not just philosophical musings, but a foundation for becoming the kind of man women are drawn to. Don't think that buying her flowers or showering her with compliments will win her heart. She won't be moved by surface-level actions that don't reflect your true character. Women aren't just looking for a man who is always there to rescue them. They want someone who stands firm, no matter the storm. This is where the concept of Stoic life truly shines. It's about staying steady, even when everything around you is chaotic. When she sees that you don't crumble under pressure, it's like a magnet that draws her in. You must be the kind of man who can handle any challenge with grace and control. This isn't about being emotionless or cold. It's about understanding your emotions, not being controlled by them. A man who reacts impulsively, who loses his temper easily, or who seeks validation constantly is not the kind of man who will make her feel safe. Safety isn't just about the absence of physical danger. It's about emotional security. A woman wants to know that no matter what life throws at you both, you will remain calm, strong, and secure. Imagine this. You're having a tough conversation, maybe a disagreement, but instead of raising your voice or shutting down, you stand firm in your convictions, you listen, you understand, and you maintain your composure. That's the essence of Stoicism. Handling conflict with wisdom, not raw emotion. That is what makes you irresistible. When a woman feels safe in your presence, that's when she will begin to open up, trust you, and eventually fall in love. But let's be clear, being a Stoic doesn't mean you're distant or aloof. In fact, quite the opposite. Stoicism is about having the strength to face life's uncertainties, but it's also about understanding when to show vulnerability. Women don't want a robot, they want someone who can be real, but never lose control. When you master your emotions, you become magnetic in a way that gestures and words alone can never replicate. So, what do you need to do? 1. Don't rely on words or actions alone. It's not about saying the right thing or doing the right thing all the time. It's about being the right kind of man. A man who is self-assured and stoically grounded in who he is. 2. Be the man who stands steady in the face of adversity. When things get tough, stay calm. When challenges arise, meet them head-on with confidence. Women are drawn to this unwavering strength. 3. That is the true essence of attraction. Not grand gestures, not empty words. Women are instinctively attracted to a man who makes them feel secure. Not because of what he does for her, but because of who he is. 4. You must master your emotions. That's the Stoic lesson. Don't be a slave to your feelings. Then when you lead your life with emotional discipline, you become a leader in the relationship. This is how love truly begins to blossom. Remember, attraction isn't about playing games or being perfect. It's about being a man who embodies strength and emotional control. This is how you make her feel safe, how you win her heart, not through your actions alone, but through the unshakable presence that only a Stoic life can give you. So next time you step into a room, don't worry about the words to say or the gifts to give. Be present and let your grounded, calm, and confident self be the message you send. That's how love begins to grow. 3. The cost of emotional dependency. The cost of emotional dependency is far greater than you might think. When a man becomes the emotional lifeline for a woman, always there, always available, always willing to help, he makes a critical mistake. He unknowingly robs himself of something vital, his independence. In the pursuit of being the constant support, he becomes indispensable. But here's the brutal truth. Women are not attracted to men who are entirely dependent on them for validation, attention, or emotional support. As the Stoic principle teaches, the more a man clings to external sources of happiness, the less he masters his own life. When you give too much without maintaining your autonomy, she stops feeling challenged and attraction fades. You become predictable, a safety net, but not someone she desires. The emotional dependency breeds a lack of excitement and desire, two essential ingredients in any passionate relationship. The danger here is clear when you allow yourself to be the emotional crutch. You lose the mystery, the intrigue, the very things that drive a woman to fall in love. Attraction thrives on independence, mystery, and strength. When you fail to embody these Stoic principles, she begins to see you as a comfort, not a partner she wants to build a future with. Women want a man who is self-sufficient, who has his own life, goals, and passions. Someone who doesn't rely on her to feel whole. You must build your own life, establish your own strength, and pursue your own goals. Don't let yourself be emotionally dependent. Don't let your worth hinge solely on being needed. That is the path to becoming irrelevant in her eyes. In fact, the more independent you become, the more you embody the Stoic ideals of control, self-reliance, and emotional discipline, the more she will respect and admire you. The key here is to understand that emotional dependency is the silent killer of passion. You must stop waiting for her validation and start being a man who stands tall on his own, emotionally and mentally. You must make her want to be with you not because she needs you, but because she admires the strength, independence, and confidence you bring to the table. That's the foundation for a love that lasts. Don't let emotional dependency rule you. Rise above it. Live by the Stoic principles, build your life, and let her come to you, attracted by your unshakable strength and independence. You have the power to create this reality. If you find this video valuable, like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember I am independent and confident, creating attraction through self-reliance. This affirmation aligns with the message of emotional independence and maintaining attraction in a relationship. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. 4. The importance of holding your own values. To attract a woman's attention and love, it's crucial to understand that it's not just about the sweet things you do for her or the sacrifices you make. Women don't look for a man to depend on. They seek a man who is strong, independent, and above all, able to maintain his own identity. When you know who you are, recognize your worth, and don't easily lose yourself for the sake of love, that's when a woman will naturally be drawn to you. True attraction stems from confidence and independence. A man can be a pillar for a woman, but he should never lose himself in the process of pleasing others. For a woman, attraction doesn't come from small gestures or sacrifices. It comes from a man's strength, independence, and his ability to remain grounded in his core identity. Women are drawn to men who not only know how to love them, but who also love themselves, who understand their own worth and know what they want out of life. If you can maintain your values and stay true to yourself, without being swayed by external pressures or desires, you'll be the type of man women are naturally attracted to. To do this, you must be able to stay firm and maintain the values you believe in. This is the blessing of Stoicism. Knowing the power of self-discipline and staying true to yourself regardless of external circumstances. You don't just endure, you hold your ground, ensuring that no one or nothing shakes your inner strength and integrity. The key here is self-awareness and self-respect. You must understand that you are not the type of man who will change just to please someone else. A true man is one who knows who he is and never changes just to fit someone's expectations. When you live authentically, holding fast to your values and beliefs, you'll not only impress women but earn their respect and admiration as well. They'll see that you're a man of value, someone who can be a strong support in their life, but without losing his own identity. When you remain steadfast, you not only earn respect but also genuine attraction from women. A man who embraces the mindset of the old Stoic, someone who remains calm and composed in any situation, is exactly the kind of man women are searching for. Stoicism isn't just about enduring or suppressing emotions. It's about mastering your emotions and staying true to your principles in all situations. When you live by the philosophy of Stoicism, you won't be easily swayed by fleeting relationships or temporary feelings. You'll be a man of strength, responsibility, and self-awareness. Don't lose yourself in a relationship. Women admire men who are firm, who can support and protect them, but never at the cost of losing their own strength and independence. At the same time, this self-awareness is also an essential part of modern Stoicism. In fact, you don't have to change yourself just to satisfy someone else. A man who carries the blessing of Stoicism is someone who always knows who he is and never allows change or emotion to compromise his identity. When you hold on to your core values, you'll become the type of man women can't take their eyes off. So, if you want to attract real love, make sure you never lose yourself. Never compromise your independence or your principles for the sake of love. Be a true modern Stoic, and you'll see that this very attraction is the key to women admiring and loving you. 5. The absence and mystery create desire. Women are drawn to men who don't make it easy to understand them right away. There's a powerful attraction that comes with a sense of mystery, something beyond the surface. It's not about playing games or manipulating emotions. It's about intellectual and emotional engagement. Think of it as a magnetic pull, a dance where each step reveals just enough to keep them intrigued but never fully gives everything away. Don't be an open book from the start. Instead, cultivate the kind of presence that leaves space for curiosity. When you reveal too much about yourself too quickly, you rob the relationship of the opportunity for deeper exploration. Women crave mystery because it's connected to the process of discovery. It's the thrill of peeling back the layers, each revelation sparking a new sense of interest, making the bond stronger. This isn't about being distant or cold. It's about maintaining a balanced presence, a presence that makes her want to learn more about you with every conversation, every interaction. The Blessing of Stoicism teaches us to control our emotions and not let them spill out at the slightest provocation. You must learn the art of restraint. A Stoic life isn't about being distant, it's about being deliberate. You don't need to expose all your cards, rather, allow the mystery to unfold naturally. That is the beauty of it. When you maintain an aura of mystery, women will be more engaged emotionally and intellectually. It draws them in, creating an environment of anticipation where they feel compelled to explore further. Remember, the challenge here isn't to cause pain or discomfort. It's about fostering a deeper intellectual and emotional connection. The desire isn't born from rejection, but from the space you create for curiosity. Be intentional about your presence. Don't reveal everything about yourself all at once. Create that sense of absence that makes her feel like there's more to you than meets the eye. The Stoic lessons emphasize the importance of self-control and emotional discipline, and this is crucial when it comes to the mystery you create. You must choose when to share and when to hold back. This isn't about playing games, it's about deepening your connection through emotional and intellectual engagement. When you adopt the Stoic approach to relationships, you'll see how a bit of mystery can go a long way in making a woman feel that strong pull toward you. Don't settle for just a surface-level connection. Let curiosity and desire build, naturally and powerfully. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. 6. Women will test you and you need to keep your frame. Women, especially the ones you desire, will test you. It's not just about a simple check of your character, it's a deliberate challenge, a test of your strength, patience, loyalty, and resolve. Understand this. These tests aren't personal attacks. They are opportunities for you to prove your worth. Women want to see if you have the emotional stability and control to face challenges without buckling under pressure. If you falter, if you react emotionally or lose your composure, you will not earn the trust required to build a lasting relationship. And that's where you must take a stand. You must master the art of maintaining your frame, not bending to their emotional swings, not letting the heat of the moment dictate your actions. Women need to know they are safe with you. They need to feel your strength, your calm, your decisiveness, and your ability to stay grounded no matter what. The Stoic principles of controlling your emotions, being resilient and finding peace in chaos are essential here. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." You must learn to keep your emotional state in check and your mindset unshaken when faced with trials. This is what makes a man truly desirable. In today's world, modern relationships often involve challenges that can push you to your breaking point. Work stress, financial pressures, emotional baggage. All of it can spill over into your personal life. But that's the time to remain stoic. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but rather choosing not to let them control you. Remember, women are testing you, but they aren't doing it out of malice. They are seeking security, a man who can protect not just them physically, but emotionally. You have to show up as a leader who isn't swayed by momentary storms. Let them see your resilience, your patience, your unwavering ability to hold your frame. When you do this, you make them feel protected, grounded, and drawn to you. It's not just about responding to the test, but about responding in a way that reinforces the very qualities that make you desirable: your emotional fortitude, your leadership, and your unwavering composure. This doesn't mean you should be cold or distant. No. It means you must be intentional. You must engage, but never lose yourself. You must take control of your own emotions and allow yourself the space to think before you act. The modern Stoic man is one who is aware of his own mental and emotional state and can stay calm even when others are not. This is the true power women are looking for. They want to see you in full control. They want to feel your presence, unshakable and steady. If you can maintain this frame, they will fall for you. Not because you passed some test, but because you prove to them that you are the man they can trust with their heart and their world. As Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In life, challenges will always come. Tests will always appear. You must be prepared to pass them. You must remain strong, calm, and unwavering. Keep your frame. Remain grounded. Be a man who doesn't allow external forces to dictate his emotional state. This is the key to winning the heart of the woman who is truly worth your time. 7. Independence and self-sufficiency in the relationship. In the intricate dance of attraction, modern Stoicism offers a unique lens to understand how women fall in love. It's not about playing games or trying to decode every subtle sign of affection. It's about emotional and mental resilience, understanding yourself, and realizing that the most attractive trait a man can possess is not his ability to completely revolve around her world, but rather his capacity to stand strong and self-sufficient in his own life. Women crave independence, not only in themselves but in the men they are drawn to. Think about it. When a woman sees a man who has his own passions, career, goals, and pursuits, it's like a breath of fresh air. He's not trying to be her everything. He's already a whole person. And that in itself is magnetic. In fact, it's not just about her finding you attractive. It's about showing her that you can thrive without needing her. The old Stoic wisdom once spoke of the value of self-sufficiency and autonomy. And in today's world, that message still resonates deeply. A man who is emotionally and financially independent sends a powerful message. He doesn't need validation from others to feel complete. And let's be clear here. You must not confuse independence with detachment or coldness. Emotional independence doesn't mean being distant. It means being solid, grounded, and unwavering in your own identity. When you nurture your own growth and happiness, you're not only building a stronger self, but you're also enhancing the relationship by being able to contribute to it from a place of balance. The blessing of Stoicism lies in this learning how to cultivate your own joy and purpose first, and then sharing that energy with others. The key is balance. Too much focus on one person, and the relationship turns toxic. But when both partners have space to grow and pursue their own dreams, respect and mutual admiration naturally follow. In a healthy relationship, you must both have room to breathe, to thrive, and to be individuals who choose to come together because it's an enrichment, not an obligation. This is the essence of modern Stoicism, a life well lived in your own right and then shared with others, whether it's a romantic partner or friends. So, don't lose yourself in her or anyone else. Build yourself up as the strong, independent man you were meant to be. Embrace the old Stoic principles, apply the blessing of Stoicism in your life, and watch your relationships flourish. If you truly want to attract and maintain a lasting connection, remember this. A woman is drawn to a man who has his own life, passions, and goals. It's not about being her world. It's about creating a partnership based on mutual respect and independence. Comment below, I am building a life that thrives on its own, and together, we will grow. 8. The importance of humor and comfort. You must understand this and never forget it. Women love a man who can make them laugh, It's not just about cracking a joke or pulling off a silly impression. It's about creating an atmosphere where the weight of the world can just slide off her shoulders. In relationships, seriousness and stability are essential, but that doesn't mean everything needs to be serious all the time. You must master the art of balance. That is where humor steps in. Imagine this. You're with a woman, and the tension in the air is so thick you could cut it with a knife. What do? Do you sit there with a poker face, trying to push through the uncomfortable silence? Absolutely not. Instead, you use the blessing of Stoicism to stay calm, then inject a little humor into the mix. A well-timed joke or witty comment can break the ice, ease the tension, and help both of you breathe a little easier. Humor is a tool for connection. It lightens the mood and makes a woman feel at ease, which is vital in building intimacy. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. A man who can make her laugh is a man who understands that life doesn't have to be so heavy all the time. This isn't about avoiding seriousness. It's about knowing when to keep things light. A laugh shared is a connection deepened. Be the man who brings joy into the room. Women appreciate a man who can keep the atmosphere fun, not too tense, and full of good energy. This creates a comfortable space where she can relax and open up, which is fundamental to any meaningful relationship. Humor, in fact, acts as a stress reliever, smoothing out the edges of life and making everything feel a little bit easier to handle. Think of it as a Stoic lesson. While life's challenges are real and unavoidable, your response to them can be a reflection of your Stoic life. You have the ability to choose your attitude. With humor, you show that you're not just someone who can weather the storms of life, but someone who knows how to smile through them, too. It's this ability to balance joy and seriousness that makes you not only attractive, but deeply connected with the woman you're with. So, don't underestimate the power of a good laugh. It's more than just a momentary distraction. It's a tool for building trust, creating emotional bonds, and relieving stress. Women want a man who can make them feel comfortable, and humor is one of the best ways to do that. Embrace it, and the blessings of Stoicism will follow. 9. The sense of challenge and motivation in the relationship. Women are naturally attracted to men who embody a sense of challenge. But not just any challenge. It's the emotional and intellectual type that ignites curiosity and excitement. The power of a challenge lies not in hardship or struggle, but in the spark of intrigue and the desire to conquer. A woman wants to be captivated, to feel a pull that goes beyond the surface. She craves a man who can make her think, who pushes her to explore deeper aspects of herself and the relationship. A Stoic man, one who embodies Stoic principles, knows how to master his emotions and maintain his mystery, refusing to reveal all his cards at once. This creates an environment where curiosity flourishes, where she feels compelled to dig deeper, learn more, and ultimately draw closer. By withholding the immediate urge to disclose everything about yourself, you're creating an irresistible aura of mystery. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Women are attracted to what challenges them, what makes them grow, what makes them strive harder to earn your attention and admiration. You must not underestimate the power of mystery. When you reveal too much too soon, you rob the relationship of the excitement that comes with discovery. Remember, the power is in the journey, the act of peeling back the layers over time, allowing her to discover your strengths, vulnerabilities, ambitions, keeps her on her toes. You are the challenge, not just the prize. The Stoic man knows that emotional control is key. His strength lies in patience and composure, not in seeking constant validation or reassurance. The fewer words you speak, the more she wants to know about you. It is crucial to understand that the motivation and drive you create in a relationship should be earned, not given. Women will fall in love with the man who remains a puzzle, who inspires them to push beyond their limits, to break down barriers in their minds and hearts. This dynamic is what fosters deep emotional connections that last. Women need to feel a sense of victory in pursuing you, not simply a sense of ease. Don't make it easy for her is not a call for games or manipulation. It's a call to rise above the mundane and the predictable. Show her that you are a man worth her time, worth her effort. A Stoic man never forces connection but allows it to grow naturally over time, thriving in the challenges he offers. This is what creates respect, admiration, and true emotional attachment. Keep her intrigued. Keep her coming back for more. This is how real connections are formed, through emotional challenge, intellectual stimulation, and a Stoic composure that sets you apart from the average. You must embody the Stoic principles in your approach to relationships. Let your actions speak louder than words. Let your resolve shine through, and she will be drawn to you like a magnet, wanting more, never satisfied with just the surface, but yearning for the deeper, richer connection that only a true challenge can bring. Hey everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the psychology behind female attraction. It's been great to have you here, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. Now, to wrap things up, I want to leave you with something simple but powerful. Love isn't about playing a game or proving how much you're willing to sacrifice. It's about truly connecting with someone, emotionally and mentally. And when it comes to attracting a woman's love, it's your self-worth and presence that matter most. So, here's my advice: don't lose yourself in trying to win someone's affection. Instead, focus on becoming the best version of yourself, the kind of man who holds on to his values, respects himself, and exudes confidence. When you do that, love will naturally follow. It's not about grand gestures or sacrifices, it's about mutual respect and a connection that grows from there. Thanks for watching, and if this resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights like this. Stay grounded, stay true to yourself, and love will find you when the time is right. Take care.